What's up, everybody? It's your boy Ryan. I am your... Oh, the camera's shaking. Sorry. Stop it. I am your Nootropics Information Wizard. Thanks so much for being with me. Check us out on the web at livecortex.com, livecortex.com/blog. Look, giant blog for Nootropics information, 70 podcasts, 220-something blog posts. It is robust. Get all that stuff, or go there at livecortex.com. Facebook at facebook.com/cortexstacks. Great stuff on Facebook that we post about nootropics. 6 powerful products support every shred of free information that we put out. Give you about 60 seconds and I'll pitch them to you. Here they are.
Elite level nootropic products.
All right, number one, we've got a stack. It is called Cortex. Look, I'm an entrepreneur, and as an entrepreneur, you have to notice when a good market opportunity is. And in order to make a good product that resonates with the market, you have to make something way better than anything else that's out there. And you have to aggressively and ruthlessly and tirelessly and painstakingly work toward creating something that's that good. What we tried to do with Cortex was we tried to mimic like high-dose phenylpiracetam. We really just tried to make a super stack that turns the brain on, and you notice it. It's not like some subtle thing. It's not like, is this placebo? Look, Cortex works. Get a bottle of Cortex at livecortex.com. It is what's being called the only pre-made stack that works. Coupon code 5 saves you $5 right now. We've got 5 digital nootropics books that teach you how to use nootropics and give you many stacks. We'll explain them at the end of this video, but they're awesome. We have a nootropic starter pack, which is a bottle of our stack Cortex, and our flagship digital book called Smarter, Better, Faster, which teaches you everything you need to know if you're new to nootropics. Get that pack if you're new. And then we've got a nootropics consulting service. 40-minute call with me, 15 additional email correspondences. livecortex.com for powerful nootropic products. Okay. So here's the deal. I'm going to make this as simple as possible. There's a compound called horny goat weed. I think it's an herb or comes from a tree or an extract, I forget. But horny goat weed is essentially helps erectile dysfunction, right? So it basically helps facilitate blood flow to the proper areas and helps you get erections. The interesting thing about it is is that the main component in it is a compound called Icariin, Icariin, and Icariin is what facilitates the better blood flow functionality for erectile, functionality. But interestingly enough, it also improves brain mitochondria. It also acts on oxidative stress. It also improves blood flow to the heart. It also improves blood flow to the brain. It's got all these nootropic-like properties. Okay, so I want to read a bunch of different stuff here that some super smart person put together, some awesome person put together in the nootropics subreddit, that basically explains some of the positive benefits of taking Icariin as a nootropic and how it helps mitochondria and all these different things. But first, I want to explain what I've been doing with it lately, the doses I've been taking on it, and how it's been positively affecting me. So in my pocket here, I've got some Icariin that I got from the mighty Lift Mode. Lift Mode is just such a great company. They did not pay us to do this. They've just been around longer than a lot of these other companies, and they always have good product. And so, look, this is a gram of it. It's a gram, and it comes with one of these small little spoons that you can take it in. Now, what I do is I fill the spoon up, which is about 20 to 50 milligrams, of powder, all things considered. It's hard to gauge, it's hard to tell, but it's right around that area, and I sublingually dose it. So I'm sublingually dosing, somewhere between 20. I really, to be as granular as possible, it's probably about 30 milligrams of Icariin. I sublingually dose it. After 5 minutes, I swallow the rest of the powder, and then I'm on. What I noticed is, first of all, there's positive erectile benefits from it. So for those of you interested in that, get some Icariin and go to town. But the other interesting thing that I noticed is that my brain works so much better in the presence of insults. Okay, so like the other day was my birthday, so I went out the day after, the day before, something, had some drinks, and I took some Icariin before going out, and the deficits, the brain performance deficits that would have happened via alcohol consumption and just eating crappily that day did not happen. I was essentially my sharp self the entire time. I replicated this several other times too. I took the Icariin and then I went out for a night of having some wines and doing some stuff or whatever, just sort of engaging in things that would otherwise be insults to my brain function, and I was functioning awesomely. Even at baseline, I'll take 30 milligrams sublingual Icariin, wash it down with some water 5 minutes later. And I just noticed within 20, 30 minutes, when I go out and about and I'm interacting with people and I'm running my business here and we're doing a bunch of other stuff, I just noticed my brain being more on point, right? Things work better, things work faster, as if I had really just given myself some sort of upgrade in my mitochondria. And it turns out that's what we're looking at. So I'm going to read a couple, just as the salient points from this Nootropics subreddit thread that talks about, some of the neuroprotective effects and all the other neurological, nootropic-like effects of Icariin. One of them is titled Neuroprotective Effects of Icariin on Corticosterone Induced Apoptosis. So that's basically cell death in primary cultured rat hippocampal neurons. So neurons in the hippocampus of a rat. The present results suggest that the protective effects of Icariin on apoptosis, which is neuronal cell death, in hippocampal neuronal cells are potentially mediated through a blockade of, something phosphorylation. But essentially, the main takeaway is that it does facilitate, the prevention of apoptosis in hippocampal neurons, which is huge. So it's neuroprotective in that regard. Let's see. Icariin inhibits hydrogen peroxide-induced toxicity through the inhibition of phosphorylation. Blah blah blah. Okay, so that's one other thing. Here's another one. Icariin isolated from Epimedium brevicornum maxim, which I think is the name of horny goatweed. That's like the nomenclature for horny goatweed, and then Icariin is just one of the extracts from it. Attenuates learning and memory deficits. So, it prolongs the deficits. It prevents the deficits induced by D-galactose in rats. So it basically prevented memory issues by something that would induce memory issues. Similar to my experience when taking it and then going and drinking a lot or something, and then that typically making my brain not function well, but the Icariin allowing my brain to function well during that time. Protective effects of Icariin on cognitive deficits induced by chronic cerebral hypoperfusion in rats. The decreased hippocampal levels of acetylcholine esterase, and cholinacetyltransferase associated with chronic cerebral hypoperfusion were significantly prevented by Icariin treatment. So in other words, Icariin's neuroprotective, but in that case, you've got things that are decreasing acetylcholine, messing with acetylcholine esterase, which is an enzyme that breaks down acetylcholine, and therefore inducing memory deficits. You've got Icariin reversing some of that stuff and preventing it from happening. So massively, neuroprotective, beneficial to brain cell mitochondria. For me, my anecdotal experience on it is that it just makes my brain work good. It's not stimulatory. Okay, so folks that are just looking to get cranked up, you're not going to be very happy with Icariin, but you will notice a subtle improvement in brain function. And those are the kind of nootropics that you should really be into. Look, racetams and stuff are awesome. Modafinil is awesome. The Cortex stack, very stimulatory stack. But sometimes, you just want to be baseline, but be working better without the stimulatory nature. And that is what Icariin brings to the table. I've been fascinated with it recently. As soon as this runs out, man, I'm getting more Icariin. It is just, hard to see because of the light. This stuff is really awesome. I'm like super pumped about this. I put a picture on our Facebook page recently and folks were like, what's that? It's totally awesome. So now that gives you more of a detailed explanation of what it does to me and kind of what the science behind it is and how it affects brain function. And look, if you're interested in trying some new stuff, get some Icariin, make it happen. It's pretty awesome. Hey guys, look, remember, coupon code 5 right now. Get you $5 off of everything at the Cortex Labs website. If you want a strong pre-made stack, if you just want to take a stack that works for most folks, not everything's works for everybody. But look, the majority of the people that take the Cortex stack are we get emails every day. I took the Cortex stack down productive. At 5 p.m. when I lose my productivity, I take your Cortex stack and my focus is back on for 4 or 5 hours and I get, double the amount done. You know what I mean? I'm working toward a promotion in my job. I'm really feeling like I'm going to start this business. I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm talking to girls, my brain's working better. Cortex is a strong stack. Get it at livecortex.com. All the rest of our stuff you can save $5 by using the coupon code 5. We've got some powerful nootropic products at livecortex.com. Go check them out. We'll explain some of them here in a second. Thanks for watching. What's up, everybody? Ryan Michael Balla here. Hey, thanks for watching the video. Look, we've got, as it stands, 5 primary products that I want to just explain to you. You heard us mention them during the video, so I'm going to break them down. Number 1, from left to right.
the Cortex Nootropic Stack. This is a cognitive enhancement stack that you really want to take to turn the lights on. Just to give you an idea, hardcore business folks that require 18 to 20 hours of brain function, take the Cortex Stack. That's what we initially designed it for, but then like everybody in the nootropic sphere loved it. Verbal fluency, speed of processing, motivation, drive to want to work. That's what the Cortex Stack does. Moving right along, the aniracetam guide there, that is called the Beginner's Guide to Aniracetam, breaks down 25 powerful aniracetam stacks, shows you how to use aniracetam. It's essentially the everything guide to aniracetam. Long demanded, folks asked us for it. We delivered. It is fully digital, lots of powerful stacks. And then there's the nootropic stacks for the business professional. That's basically 100, right around 100 powerful uridine, modafinil, theacrine, aniracetam, oxiracetam, phenylpiracetam, alcar stacks for business situations, for the type of brain states that business folks need for sustained performance. Next is the Racetam God Guide. That is a high-level every Racetam guide, digital guide. We've got all the major Racetams with accompanying focus stacks and memory stacks and speed of processing stacks. In that Racetam. There's 8 major nootropic Racetams, and that guide explains all of them and accompanying stacks. Then there's the Noopept Pro Stack List. The Noopept Pro Stack List is a digital guide that explains oral, so just taking it by mouth, sublingual, taking it under the tongue, and then intranasal, spraying Noopept nasal spray in your nose, stacks. It's just a bunch of stacks, a giant stack list of Noopept stacks that are highly effective, pro-level, specific brain state inducing type of Noopept stacks. That thing has been a hit out there with the market. And then last, there's Smarter, Better, Faster. Smarter, Better, Faster is the all-around, everything nootropics digital guide. If you just want to learn everything, many racetams, modafinil, etc., get Smarter, Better, Faster. It's like the guide you need to know if you're new to nootropics, to learn basically everything and to walk away knowing what you need to know on nootropics. Thanks so much for listening. Thanks so much for watching. Get this stuff at livecortex.com and rock on.